Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be your general tarot reading for January 2021. Sorry, these are coming out a little bit late. I actually started to not feel so hot about 3 or 4 days ago, but I'm feeling a lot better now, so sorry about the delay. If you would like to skip through this part and just go straight to the reading, there's a timestamp down below in the description box that you can click on and get straight to the beginning of the reading. And of course, as always, this reading may or may not apply for you or resonate for you. Some parts of it might, some parts of it might be meant for other people. And of course, it is up to you to take what applies and leave the rest. This reading is for you if you have a Capricorn rising, sun, moon, or Venus. And we'll just see what comes out for you. Hope you guys are well. Happy New Year, by the way. Hopefully you don't hear me breathing too bad. I'm still trying to find the right position for the microphone. Okay, this is for Capricorn for January 2021. I'm using the Spiral Tarot, by the way. Okay, 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know why I turned that over. I'm going to do that over, you guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay. For your clarifiers, I think I'm going to mainly use the White Rabbit Lenormand, but I may use other decks too. And let me just pick one to go with this top card and I'll get started. Okay. I'm getting a jumble of different messages with this, so I may just blurt them all out and hopefully this makes sense for you. All right. So I'm just going to show them all to you and then I'll start spouting things off. As your central experience for January 2021, you have the Princess of Cups, otherwise known as the Page of Cups. In with, first came the lilies, then the key, and your final card with this group is the observer. Okay, so I'm just going to spout a bunch of random stuff because that's what I got. So one message is that for someone, you may be looking at old photographs from the past, from when you were a child, possibly, and looking at photographs that possibly have something to do with a grandparent or somebody that you knew in your family that you were very close to that has passed away since then. That particular person taught you certain things, or you learned certain things from them that are coming into view this month, where you get to utilize some of the tools that you were taught by someone who cared a great deal about you. It doesn't have to be a grandparent, it could be anybody, but I'm specifically getting someone in your family, like your blood family. It could be an aunt, could be a cousin, could be even another child that you knew back then, or a sibling, or it could be anybody really. But I did get something in here about a grandparent. But something to do with what's happening now is enabling you to be able to rely on certain tools that you were taught as a young child, that maybe values, morals, even just a practical way of understanding things. Another message in here is that you may be spending a lot of time with a young person, whether it's your child or a child that you know. If that's the case, then you're taking lots of photographs, and you will have photographs from this time period. You might even be, if this didn't have to do with a child or even your childhood at all, then this is inspiration for some new form of creativity that you would like to learn more about, whether it's music, photography, making documentaries, something to do with images, paintings, collages, something that you're viewing, something that you're looking at. This could even be redecorating or creating altars in your home. Or you may want to change up the art that you have up on your walls where you live. Something about developing this skill or this talent or this hobby or this creative venture is opening up doors in your life during this time, whether it's spiritual doors. It doesn't have to be in the form of money. It just seems as though things are moving because you've gotten creative, again, because you're looking at things with new eyes. You're possibly understanding things in a deeper way than usual. There might be something going on in the family where you're observing something go on that you would like to help. It may involve a child, doesn't have to be though. Or a great way to express your inner child and your inner visionary is by starting some kind of new practice that seems like it's unlocking things within you. You might even be looking over old journals or old letters or something like that, that is making you want to do that again. I don't know why I'm getting this, but you know how things have gotten so tech oriented now. Everyone communicates through emails or through texts or through social media, but I'm getting something in here about needing to write letters, old fashioned letters with your pen in your hand and ink on paper, or potentially putting together something like a scrapbook or a photo album or a collage that combines pieces of old letters, old photos, old stuff in a new form. Interesting. Okay, so your challenge is the Ten of Pentacles. Could this be some kind of a family disagreement, or different people in a family have different opinions on how things should be handled? Possibly concerning a child? Or this could be that you feel a lack of support or a lack of community or a lack of family right now. This might be one of the reasons on why you're remembering people from the past or looking over old photographs. And that's kind of reminding me of. See the man with the hat on? Down, these are generations. These are past generations, older generations, and these drip down or flow down into the younger generations. The younger generations are in color, but the further back you get, they turn black and white like old photographs. It's like you're seeing a connection from what has gone before to what is happening now, or you're seeing a natural progression, or even the progression of family karma through the generations from the past up till the present. But there's something in here about the past that you're possibly observing or taking a closer look at. Or you may feel as though you want to celebrate this more, but for whatever reasons, it's challenging. Or there may be some old memories in the family from the past that are challenging you at this time. Where you want to look at old things in a new way, or you're missing people that you used to know back then that aren't around anymore. But it seems to me as though they're still around, or you're reawakening a creative inspiration concerning honoring these things. But let me see what else I get on why that's challenging you. Why is the Ten of Pentacles challenging them? This may be family disagreements, or just not seeing eye to eye, or things feeling scattered, or worrying about whether everyone will have what they need. But let me see. Anything else about the Ten of Pentacles? Yeah, this is like family history and ancestry type stuff. Why is this challenging them? There may be some family secrets that you're finding out about. Or there may be some things that have gone on in the past with your family that has never been talked about in the family. Or certain things about your lineage or about your family's history has been a mystery, and something about that is challenging you now. Or you may even be writing things or be inspired by something only to find out that people in your family from several generations back were also interested in those things. Something. So you have the Ten of Pentacles. This can also be business related too, like having challenges with the outcome or the harvest of things that you have implemented or done in the past to create abundance. It might be that some kind of culmination or harvest with something money related or business related is somehow delayed or being challenged. But that's one. I'm getting more things in here to do with family, because with this you have the tree, which also represents family, the family tree, generations from the past up till the present, and values that we're taught by people in our family when we're young, or wisdom that we are taught by them simply through their own experiences and the experiences of people from the past in our ancestry. Oops, sorry. With these is the book. You might be trying to learn more about your family history. It might be that certain knowledge about your family tree has been hidden from view or lost with time, or there are whole sections of time where there isn't really that much information. Or you may be going through an old box in an attic that you find that has lots of photographs and old letters that you didn't even realize you had. That brings back mysteries from the past. But it might be that it's just a challenge trying to find truth in a matter, or to open up, get people to open up in the family to speak about things that they haven't spoken about before concerning the past. So what is helping you is the Four of Swords. This has been coming up quite frequently ever since last month, I think. So what is helping you is to relax, rest, take care of yourself, find peace of mind, find quiet time to center yourself, and to also to heal and find inner peace, or to find quiet moments to be able to tune in. So let's find out more about this. Tell me more about the Four of Swords and why this is helping them. I always know what card that is because it got water spilled on it once, and so it's all bubbly and bumpy. It tends to want to come out because of that. I just want to make sure that that's really the card that's supposed to come out. So, all right. Yeah, anchoring yourself, earthing, grounding, to find a sense of safety, rest. You have the anchor with the Four of Swords. So finding inner peace and also a sense of mental grounding, and a sense of wanting a sense of permanency, or that you can rely on something to keep the ship in one place while you take a nap. It's like maybe certain things have been going on recently where you feel as though you constantly have to be on top of things, because if you step away for a moment, certain things will not work out, or things will not stay in the shape that they were when you left them. But it seems as though what's helping you is to realize that that is over. It is okay for you to step away, because you have an anchor to anchor your ship, so you can take a nap, and when you wake up you won't find yourself in a whole different continent or somewhere else where you're not supposed to be in the ocean, where things will still be there when you wake up. So take that as a metaphor, as just a general feeling that I'm getting from this, is you can realize that it's okay to rest because nothing's going anywhere, or things will still be functionable when you wake up, so you can relax. And this could be in many different areas of your life as well. So that's what's helping you. And at your roots, or in your instincts, you have the Two of Swords. So you're undecided about something, or you're trying to seek clarity concerning something you may be confused about. Or there may be something about a situation that you are not seeing clearly. So let me look into that. Why do they have the Two of Swords in their instincts or at their root? No wonder an anchor is helping you. Feels as though instinctually you almost feel like things could topple at any moment, or things could change at any moment, and so you're trying to maintain stability or balance in a situation because it's precarious or it's unpredictable. But keep in mind that the anchor is helping you, so things may not be as unpredictable as you think, or as precarious as you think. But let's see. So, the house. The ring. Are some of you unsure on what's going on with your family, your immediate family, like your spouse, your home, your child? Maybe that is a factor in here for someone. So at your root, you have the Two of Swords, a feeling of paralysis, of being afraid to make a choice because any choice can upset the balance in this situation and send you toppling, or that's what it feels like. Keep in mind that the anchor and the Four of Swords are helping you this month. So try to realize that you can rest, or you can ground yourself out. Nothing is going to topple just by stepping away for a moment to take care of yourself. And some of you may be, some of you may be uncertain about your domestic situation. If you happen to be married, there's the ring and there's the house. If some of you are in very long-term commitments, it doesn't have to be legal marriage. It could be marriage, or it could be a common law type of marriage situation where perhaps you cohabitate or you even have children. Together. If that's the case, for some reason, family situations are a challenge this month. This might be one of the reasons on why you are being reassured by your guides and realizing that you have the anchor helping you, because you may be feeling as though your domestic situation is completely precarious right now and you're not sure what to do about a situation involving a commitment, or even a commitment to a house. If you have a mortgage, or you bought a house and you're unsure on how you're going to be able to keep your house because you're not sure if you can make the mortgage, something like that. Or this could be unsure on whether something is going to last or not, or whether it's on a stable foundation or not. Let me see if I can pull a remedy card. This could even be maintaining a business too. But I'm getting more domestic or family related stuff. Weird. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put these back in and shuffle a little bit more. Okay, give me a remedy, please. Or something that they can focus on to help them feel better or get through this period. Or some of you may be unsure on whether you want to commit to something or not. Okay. So, with this tricky situation involving domestic stuff, where you live, your relationship, any kind of long-term commitments that you're in, even if it's business related, it seems as though you either are unsure on what to do, whether you want to commit or not, or you may be unsure whether someone is going to stick around or not, or whether a situation will be able to survive in the form that it has been. This is your first remedy was all is connected. And this is kind of, it's like what it said before, something about the past is influencing the present. You might be thinking a lot about how values have changed over the generations concerning family, marriage, traditions, the way that things have been done before. You're thinking about what your actual real values are, and also the values that you've been taught that you resonate with. But all these things are connected. It's like something about this reading is, what's the word? Multi-dimensional or multi-generational. Where it's almost like it's time traveling or something to do with the past is coming into the present. Something about your confusion with the present is connected to the past, and it's all connected. So then you have Flower Spirit, which is reminding me of this Princess of Cups here. They're both young, beautiful, tender, creative, sensitive, emotional children. You want to make sure that if children are involved in this situation, that they are protected or that they still feel safe and anchored. That you encourage their natural talents and gifts. That you appreciate the small things. You appreciate the small things in life. If this doesn't have to do with children, this is your inner child. And this is also the beginning of a new form of creativity for yourself. And with these, or with Flower Spirit, you have Butterfly Garden. So in order to have butterflies, you need flowers that attract the butterflies. So maybe if you're uncertain about whether something will be able to stick around or not, or continue, don't forget you have the anchor as what's helping you. So that's reassurance that that nothing is completely lost, and that things are able to change in a good way into a new form. But you can invite this change, this positive change, to happen by planting the seeds now for flower spirits to draw in the change or the butterflies. And this feels very art, music, and creative oriented to me. And I got something in here about writing a book too. So try to avoid situations that make you feel like this, or driving yourself crazy with continuing to come back to this state, when really the Four of Swords is what's helping you. Is it's okay to rest, and by resting, instead of being on the edge of your seat waiting for the next something to go wrong or the next thing, it's like you're anxious here. You can finally rest, and after you rest, you will have more clarity and you'll be able to see better instead of being blindfolded or just not seeing certain things, because certain things in this matter are more connected than you think. You may not be seeing all of the connections here, but if you take time out to rest and reach some semblance of mental peace, you may be able to see things much more clearly on how things are all connected, and being able to plant the things that you need to in order to invite positive change. So, in the recent past, you have started some kind of a new thing. This could be a new passion, a new hobby. This is definitely a new action, or going for something, even if it's a person that you're going for. This is the go for it card. So you've recently taken action on something, on trying to initiate something. Let's see. Tell me more about it. You have surmounted some kind of an obstacle recently, which you guys are the mountain goats, right? Or the mountain billy goats that can leap over giant rocks. So mountains are not as challenging for you as it is for some other signs. It looks as though you have overcome some kind of a challenge, or you've taken action, or you have started a new path that was spurred on by some kind of obstacle. You decided not to let obstacles deter you from being able to start something new. Maybe you had some difficulties with getting this started in the past, but it seems as though you surmounted this mountain. You overcame it. So, your best possible outcome is very odd. You have the Ten of Swords, so I'm definitely going to be picking some cards to go with that. Let me move these over. Yeah, some kind of difficulty either from your childhood that's being triggered by something going on with a child now, or your inner child is being brought back alive from the ashes. It's like, I don't know. Okay, let me pick a little bit more. Okay, let me pick one from this. There's another house. Okay. All right. I'm getting kind of a simple message with this. What I'm seeing here is that potentially in your own childhood, there was some major trauma that went on. I don't know if it was the death of a loved one, or some kind of tragedy occurred in the family. Something was, and some situation from your childhood ended badly, There may have actually been verbal abuse, psychological abuse, being attacked verbally. I suppose there could have been violence too. Or something has happened in the past that made you feel as though your inner child was killed. And you weren't really sure if you had an inner child or not. But something about things that you've been through in your own childhood that were traumatic, to say the least, are making you feel very protective of a child now. You have the Tower and the child. You're looking out for a child, or you care very much about looking out for the safety of children in general, or protecting things that are vulnerable or young or innocent, and wanting to create a safe space, a safe home, a beautiful, peaceful home where children can be nurtured, or your own inner child can be nurtured. There may have been some kind of situation of possible domestic violence or a lot of strife in a home. I'm getting more from your childhood than currently. I suppose some of you may have had some bad marriages where there was a lot of fighting going on inside the home and you were worried for the emotional or physical safety of a child, but I'm getting more from your childhood or something, or the experiences of even people in your family lineage that is passed on somehow, trickled down into your DNA. Psychological studies have been done on multi-generational trauma. Like, if one generation that was 4 or 3 generations past, they went through some kind of horrific trauma. And even though the 2 generations after them had an okay childhood or had an okay situation, some of that trauma still leaks down into the younger generations. It's like inherited stress or survival mechanisms. I'm sure, like an example would be some of the drinking too much stereotype that comes along with Irish people or Ireland. And things like domestic violence, alcoholism, drug addiction, escapism. I can say this because I'm from an Irish-Scottish family, Boston Irish family, but I think about how the potato famine affected so many people, killed so many people, and starved so many people. And everyone was so stressed out over whether they would even be able to make their rent or be able to have a house to live in or have food to eat. That much stress over that long of a period that affects that many people, that stress or trauma can be passed on to future generations, even if their situation is better. There's still some kind of dysfunction that exists in the family from leftover transgenerational trauma. But I see as your best possible outcome, something about this is being awakened this month, and you're taking a really close look at it because something is happening in your actual reality that's triggering this and making you think of it more or want to look into it further to see how you can transform this. So anyway, you want to create a home that is beautiful, peaceful, artistic, comfortable, a place where you feel peace when you walk inside. And you want to provide a sense of safety and beauty to your own inner child and to any children that may be around you that you feel have been affected badly somehow by family circumstances, something going on. And it seems as though your best possible outcome is you will be able to create a sense of safety, even if this is for someone else that's an adult or for yourself. So hopefully that made sense for you, or that you find by looking for a nice home, you find one. Okay, so you have the Fool as where you're at now. It looks like you're thinking of taking a really big risk or taking a leap into something that you're not really sure how it will play out in the future. You just feel that it's the right thing to do. You are supported in this by your guides, by your ancestors, by angels, however you want to look at it, by the universe. You will have synchronicity and luck along the way if you choose to start something new, something big. And it also feels spiritual, like a spiritual journey that you're beginning. So let me look more into that. Tell me more about the Fool. Starting some kind of a group or some kind of social thing, a support network, or creating a beautiful sanctuary, or choosing to be happy, choosing to think positively. You have the garden and the sun. And before you had the spirit of the flower and the butterfly garden, didn't you? It looks like you are planting seeds for something that will sprout in the future that will create major positive change. I'm getting a real feeling of wanting to create this not just for yourself, but for a whole family or a whole community or a whole group of people. Or creating a sanctuary of sorts where people can gather safely, of course, along with, current times. There still is always some way of finding creativity or finding a way to connect with others. It looks like some brilliant project that you want to start, or a solution that you have come up with. You had the key earlier. This key can be a solution to a problem. A solution to a problem that has been plaguing you a little bit, but it seems as though you come up with something, like you have a eureka moment, or you have a bolt of understanding where you're able to create something to not only better situations for yourself, but for others as well. Or to create something that provides beauty and joy into people's lives somehow. Or just simply choosing to leap into happiness and realize that you can have kindred spirits around you that you are supported by and that you can support them. Interesting. So, in your surroundings, you have the Queen of Swords. Looks like you need to make a decision about your surroundings. Or in your surroundings, there's some kind of a person who's guiding you with making a major decision. Or you're weighing your pros and cons concerning your surroundings on what could be eliminated, what could be weeded out, what could be kept, what could be worked out in a situation. You might possibly be involved in some kind of legal thing with like courts in your surroundings, but if that's the case, it looks like it should have a fair outcome, a fair, impartial outcome to the situation where something gets decided and that somehow affects your surroundings. Or you're just choosing to look at things in your surroundings with a clear, direct eye, without allowing emotion or sentimentality in any way to get in the way of what you know to be true or what truly needs to be done about a situation. Interesting. So your hope is for growth. Growth of money, of talents, opportunities opening up. This and the garden and the sun especially is making me think of some kind of public performance, but it's outdoors. Or you figure out a way to make it safe and healthy for other people to still enjoy performances, whether it's music, drama, theater, singing, comedy, to still create some kind of a way for people to gather and enjoy each other's talents, to still be social. Something about expressing yourself you're hoping will bring good results and new opportunities in. And your general outcome is the Five of Pentacles, which is kind of difficult. This is like a feeling of lack or not having enough, whether it's romantic, things like food and water, clothes, place to live, feeling like you belong any place. This can be a feeling of loneliness, like you're cast out. Let me see why that's there. Maybe you're afraid of that, or you have felt that way. Let's see. Whoops. You might possibly have some kind of a loss in finances, but if you do, it seems minor. It doesn't seem like it will wreck your world or anything, but let me see. The Fox. Someone in your surroundings makes you feel like you're not included. And you're sailing away from that feeling, though. You're moving away from that situation. But you're still processing the emotions left over from it. So it looks like, as your general outcome, somebody or something, or even just a general energy surrounding you at this point kind of makes you feel like you're being sabotaged, or there's someone who makes you feel like you're excluded or you're not included. This might be from the past, that this might be something that's currently going on. If that's the case, you choose to move away from it, move beyond it, move away from it, not pay attention to it, focus on where you do want to be headed or what energy you do want to be surrounded by. But it's definitely a process of healing your emotions concerning this so that you can move forward, and also simply just feeling your emotions about it, recognizing what they are, and then releasing them to the best of your ability so that you can move on. This might have something to do with a woman or a mother or a partner, or it could even just be you trying to nurture yourself and feel comfortable in your own skin after somehow being made to feel as though you are not acceptable, you are not included. This might have been something that went on with a sibling a long time ago, where there were like rivalries or jealousies, or one of you felt left out, or something, but you are moving away from it. So, all right, let me pick an extra card for one last message before I go. Again, Happy New Year. If you are interested in getting a private reading from me, my email is in the description box down below, where you can email me. And Let's see, is there anything else you want them to know concerning January 2021? Again, inner child, children, actual physical children around you, your inner child, or the inner child of someone else that you care about that's around you that affects you a great deal. Something from your childhood. Finding an inner place of emotional safety, even if you didn't feel that way when you were a child. Let me pick one more. Oh, sunny day. Your inner child is about to be a lot happier. You see potential for the future. You see things, the possibility of things improving in the future, which makes you very happy to think that whatever you are trying to nurture at this point that is kind of in a young state or the early stages, it will continue to grow, be nurtured, and become something that makes you very happy. So, okay. Take care, you guys. I'll see you for the dailies if you're interested in watching those. Otherwise, I will see you next month. Good luck with everything. Bye. Happy New Year.